Hi there. Thanks for your interest in Qapita. In the next 5 minutes, you'll be able to see how Qapita's equity management platform helps startups and listed companies manage their equity ownership, engage their investors and employees. Let's start off with the dashboard. It provides a high-level overview for company administrators of what's going on with their ownership, both from investor and the employee perspectives. Starting with equity awards, you'll get a bird's-eye view of the status of the employee pool, status of the employees, how much equity has been granted, and the breakdown of value allocated year on year. On the cap table side of things, the founder, CFO, or a lawyer who manages the cap table gets a clear picture of the company's entire funding history, how many investors, how many shares have been issued, total amount of capital raised, breakdown of funding rounds, and valuation history. Let's do a deep dive into the ownership module. Ownership module helps startups manage their cap table. The cap table provides the ownership breakdown of the current investors, who will also be able to see their participation across multiple rounds. Let's take a step back and explore how the system is set up. The architecture of the platform starts with the security classes setup. This is how companies are able to capture the relevant capital structure of their organization with various share classes, be it ordinary shares, common stock, equity shares, and any preferred securities as well as convertible instruments. We're able to capture the details of the safe notes and associated documents and provide the details of the valuation cap or floor, participating rights, liquidation preference, and all the relevant parameters they recorded there. Warrants can also be recorded on our system. Once the capital structure is in place, we allow companies to record the transactions ledger, a complete audit trail of activity since the company's inception, including any primary share issuances, any convertible issuances, share buybacks, share transfers, and employee exercises. For any given transaction, you'll be able to view supporting documents, be it share certificates, shareholder agreements, or SAFE agreements. Once you have the capital structure in place and all the transactions recorded, you'll be able to view your cap table at any given point in time, be it as of today's date or by backdating it to a date in the past, or viewing it at any given milestone. For example, right after you closed your seed round. While we suggest a view with key information, you can slice and dice the details on the cap table as you see fit. You're able to include transaction tags and distinguish your shareholders by classification that is required for your reporting. Whatever makes sense to you. By saving the preferred view, you can ensure that the displayed information makes sense to you and to your shareholders. The cap table also allows you to run pro forma scenarios. Curious to know what's going to happen if the convertible instruments, for example, these safe notes, were to convert? You can run the scenario and Qapita will spit out the cap table based on input parameters. The platform will, in this case, calculate and show the number of securities that will need to be issued for this specific investor. You're also able to run more complex scenarios, including modeling your next funding round to understand dilution impact, or modeling your exit using the waterfall model. Qapita can show the exact implications for each shareholder because the system has all the securities parameters. We're able to calculate exact payouts and liquidation preference, including considerations for any non-convertible debt. Now finally, on the cap table we have the employee equity pool that signifies a pool that's been approved by shareholders and the board, which is linked to our equity awards module, where you can manage your equity compensation plans. Employee equity all starts with the pool. We're able to see all the relevant parameters once a pool was approved by the board shareholders and all the associated documents. The next level down is the specific plans, whether it's an option, RSU, PSU, RSA, SAR, or phantom plans. All kinds of equity and cash instruments are supported in our system. We're able to reflect all relevant parameters for any given plan, right from the overarching scheme document, what was the approved plan size, any prescribed vesting schedules, and performance conditions, if there is an SPV or trust associated. With the pool and plans in place, you can see the details of all the grants that have been issued to the employees. You'll be able to see the full picture of equity allocations, the details of each award, the vesting schedule associated, termination roles, and associated signed grant agreements. Speaking of grant agreements, Qapita allows you to issue grant letters digitally in your company's preferred format with inbuilt mail merge functionality and with DocuSign white-labeled via our company approval and employee acceptable workflow. Similar workflow is available for share certificates too. We help you keep full ledger of all equity transactions. For example, exercises, including net and cashless, option surrenders, and cash settlements via payroll. We also have the financial reporting module that allows your finance team to run ASC 718 and IFRS 2 share-based payment expense reports and disclosures. Qapita offers additional reporting, the ability to share documents via our data room, and offers various extra tools to engage your stakeholders. They, of course, also get an account so they can log in and interact with their equity ownership, all in Qapita.